for the general person, moves that I would say are functional just for everyday life. The swing is number one, just because that builds up, that really strengthens that posterior chain. So that's the spine and the area around the spine. And everyone will benefit from that. I mean, we're sitting at desk chairs, as we are now, at higher levels than humans ever have in history. Human beings were not designed to sit at a desk for 9 hours a day. We're designed to move. We're designed to keep blood flowing through the muscles. And so something like the kettlebell swing can be a kind of corrective for that kind of, what would you say, that kind of lifestyle. Because my dad, for example, has a bad back, and that's because he has an office job. And I think that's a very common thing. Therefore, something like the kettlebell swing is a great countermeasure to that, because it really strengthens your back, really strengthens that posterior chain. And so for that reason, it's functional. It genuinely benefits your health. It benefits you in the everyday. It means it's easier. It's little things, easier to stand up and not, twinge your back like that. Little things like that, which when, they add up, you look at how much sort of pain that might actually cause you, really is worth kind of taking that countermeasure against it. Beyond that, I would say, like I said, swings and dips, that's the core, that's the bedrock of what everybody should be doing. Just because, like I said, the swing doesn't target the chest that much. Therefore, you need to do something to kind of supplement that. And the dip is the best, because, you're hanging your body weight and, moving your body around with your own strength, which, as I've said already, is a very valuable skill to have. And that's valuable if you needed to, again, extreme situations, if you needed to push something off your body, something that falls on you, or if you need to, if you're in in like a kind of fight situation, it's very useful to have that kind of pushing strength, that pushing ability, and that's what you get from the push up or the dip. And obviously the swing supplements, that strengthens the rest of the body. Yeah, so if you can get your hands on a kettlebell, there's a few moves I'd recommend everyone do. So that's the swing. The snatch is great. So that's effectively swinging it over your head, just because that is probably the best exercise you can do to strengthen those little muscles in the shoulder, those stabilizer muscles, which are just as important as the big muscles. It's just as important as the delts, just as important as anything else. Because if you don't have those stabilizer muscles, you can have the biggest shoulders in the world. You can have Arnie's shoulders, and you can still seriously hurt yourself if you don't have those stabilizer muscles, whether it's whatever situation you find yourself in. So that's a great one for that. That is also great cardio. You do 10 minutes of snatches and you will be smoked by the end of it. I did that today and it was brutal. All right. And it's amazing because, everybody that I have trained with, everybody that I've introduced to kettlebells, they have all said without fail that they would much rather do 10 minutes of snatches, whatever, or whatever else, they're feeling that day, than go for a run. Because as much, I love running. I know you do too, but it's not for everyone, because running is seriously, it's difficult, it's tough, and it sucks. You're sweating.
And it takes so long as well. It takes a long time. Yeah, it
does. And it takes a lot of motivation to get up and get those shoes on and get out the door, Yeah. Whereas if you can just swing this kettlebell around for 10 minutes, that's a far more, I think it's a far more fun, far more enjoyable, and far more just, I think the benefits are actually better than running, because they strengthen your cardio and they also strengthen your muscles. So that's another great one that people should do. I would also say just get some kind of squat in there, because the kettlebell swing does train legs in a major way, but it's always good to have something that seriously focuses on the legs. And the goblet squat, that's great. So you're holding the kettlebell above you, above the quads like this, up at your chest, and just do some squats like that, because that hits basically the whole leg. And again, it's not an isolation move, because if you hold this kettlebell here for any length of time, biceps are burning, shoulders are burning, back is tense. It's a functional movement for that reason, because it's hitting multiple muscle groups at the same time.
It definitely feels different on your legs as well, having the weight out in front of you rather than on your back or on your spine. It makes it feel different. So even if you are doing barbell squats, they're a great thing to supplement them with as well. So I definitely recommend those.
Think about it like this then. So if you're doing a barbell squat over the shoulders, right, the center of mass for that weight is here, right? It's in the middle of your neck, basically, at the top of your back. If you're doing a goblet squat with the kettlebell here, right, the center of mass is here. So not only is that above the legs, so that's hitting the quads more, that's just hitting the whole leg more, you don't have your whole back to support that weight, right? You've just got your arm. basically. I mean, your back will be involved because it's pulling back like this, but it's primarily, like I say, it's biceps, it's shoulders. And so again, for that reason, it's just a far more effective exercise for getting that real strength.